Hey guys, my name's Jonathan Reich. I'm a licensed CPA in the state of Louisiana. I help a lot of small businesses with typically financial statements. That's my specialty. I don't really like doing income taxes. I don't mind doing like payroll tax returns, sales tax, stuff like that. But for the most part, I find myself working on the financial statements, and primarily that's gonna be the balance sheet and the profit and loss. And so whenever I'm within like QuickBooks or Puzzle or Xero or whatever accounting software that client has chosen to use, um, I'm usually in there with a lot of other folks. That's probably an accountant, a bookkeeper, the owner. Maybe there's project managers. There's a handful of folks in the same accounting software. And so it can be really frustrating whenever I've got financials closed for that month and I go to lock them, and then I find out, oh, prior to locking them, somebody has made some type of edit to an invoice or to an expense, something I added that wasn't quite ready. It's very frustrating because now my financials aren't accurate anymore, and that's like quite literally my job, is to make sure that accurate financial statements get generated. And so that is where the audit trail comes in. And so for some of you non-accountant folks, you may be saying, what the heck is an audit trail? It's exactly what it sounds like. An audit trail is a double-edged sword. So first, it can help you get ready for an audit by reviewing who made what transactions. But the other thing is, it basically allows you, and this is how I like to think of it, even though it's terrible. It allows you to point the finger at who did the thing. Who did this wrong? Whose fault was it? Okay, now we know it was so-and-so's fault. It's right here recorded in the audit trail. And I have found that most modern accounting softwares have an audit trail. They're going to have a way to track every transaction that has been made in the system, but some do it better than others. Some smaller platforms like Wave, for instance, may not have a very robust audit trail, but QuickBooks, Xero, Puzzle, Sage Intacct, they're all going to have audit trails. It's just something that is necessary in order to have a robust accounting software. So some audit trails within the softwares do things better than others, and I'll pick on QuickBooks here in a second. But it can be kind of clunky to use. So this is what the audit trail would look like in QuickBooks. So you see over here, you've got all your dates. It tells you when someone signed in. This is me here in my own books. It can tell you what exactly the invoice that was altered, the amount. And so like if I wanted to go look at invoice number 1089, I just jump into it, and then it'll pull that item, and it'll show the current amount. And then you can go into the audit trail a little bit deeper, and it'll show, I believe you can click view. It'll show what was changed essentially. And so I have found that QuickBooks is a little lacking in this instance, especially when it comes to journal entries, just because I hate the way this looks. Like, I'm in QuickBooks all the time, and this is overwhelming for almost no reason. Like, I don't understand, and like, God forbid if you've already reconciled that transaction, it just gets a little bogged down and clunky, and like, it's trying to figure out what was changed, especially if the same entry has been changed multiple times. I just don't think QuickBooks does a good job of explaining and showcasing that. And so I do have some complaints there, and I definitely feel like there are limitations. Now, when you're in the audit log itself, it does an okay job of helping you find what you're looking for. And so you do have different filters. You can set your date range, about when do you think the transaction happened? What are we looking for? Are we looking for rule changes? Are we looking for journal entries? Are we looking for transactions? And then who do we think did it? Was this automatic from online banking administration, which is basically going to be how QuickBooks syncs your bank account? Or is it going to be, are we looking for a specific user who came in and erroneously made a mistake and is making my job harder? No, I'm just kidding. But it really does help dictate, who did what. And so one of the better audit trail softwares that I have found, and I'm just going to close out of QuickBooks because we're done picking on them, is Puzzle.io. I think they do a really, really good job of showing the transactions, how they're all mapped, what exactly we're looking at. And I'm going to take myself, and I think I'm going to put me right over here. And it just, you can drill in really well and understand like what transactions were made when, where, what general ledger accounts were affected, what expense accounts were affected, what invoices were affected. It just shows everything. And I really, really appreciate that. And so we'll go over this page a little bit more in detail, but this is the audit log. I just got it ran for a week here in August. And so you can see here the user's puzzle system, and that's going to be similar to the online banking administration system that QuickBooks has. Essentially, it's saying we're porting these bank transactions from your banking institution and we're pushing them to your ledger. And so if I wanted to see, okay, what did puzzle link here? What was automatically linked? So if I just click on this, which I just did, so it's thinking it's taking a second to load, it'll show you this is what we link. And see, this looks super overwhelming, but it really isn't. All it's saying is this was a bank transfer, an internal bank transfer. And so what puzzle has done is it's looked at the account coming in, and it's looking at other accounts looking for the same date and same transaction amount, and it's saying, okay, we transferred $200 from 6752 to 6558. And that's basically what this is. And so this $200 was an internal transfer to cover insurance expense. And see, like here, the puzzle system, Rocket Money Premium, if you drill in, it'll say that it was removed. And that's basically why I really appreciate Puzzle, in that it's clear, concise. Like, remember just a second ago when I was scrolling through QuickBooks, it's super overwhelming. And so this is going to help you pinpoint what exactly is wrong with your financials if something was changed. And you can do the same thing in Puzzle that you can do in QuickBooks, where you can set your custom date filters. You can showcase who did what transaction. And then this is all found in a similar spot to QuickBooks, where you drill into your accounting settings, and it's right here underneath these tabs. So overall, I really like the way that Puzzle has kind of laid this out. It's got a very intuitive user interface. It's going to show you everything you need to know without kind of overwhelming you. And it's refreshing. It's really refreshing, honestly. And so I just drilled into another transaction. This is another internal transfer. It was $600 covered for a lease expense. It was transferred from one account to the account that pays that lease expense. And that's all it's showing you was it was a bank transfer in transit, and that the Puzzle online banking system automatically did that, which is part of their AI interface that will help map and track those transactions. And they're basically tagging it and say this was done by the computer. And so if it's something that's incorrect, you can check the audit log and then remap to try and retrain that AI so that it's booked correctly in the future. Just another clever way that Puzzle can kind of improve upon itself by showing you what it's doing in the background. So we're back here at the Puzzle dashboard, and we're going to continue to talk about the audit trail and some of the software that Puzzle can use to run things. But this is another way that you can catch erroneous entries. If things are looking off on this screen, your reports, maybe we have a skew like this right here, my cash right here. Why did I have so much money here in my account? I don't know. And so that would be a good spot to go and filter down your audit trail, for instance, and say, okay, let me see transactions from early June to mid-June, which is where the spike is. And then you can see, oh, I accidentally fat-fingered and added a zero here in this transaction. Let me go in and edit it. You can do that from the audit trail software. You can also do that from the invoice screen or wherever you booked it, whether it be general journal entries, invoices, or if this was on the expense side, it would be an expense that you've reported. So there's definitely different ways to skin a cat. I would not do that within QuickBooks. QuickBooks is just too clunky because I think it records too much, whereas I feel like Puzzle records everything that needs to be recorded without missing anything. I've never been in Puzzle's audit trail and said, oh, it missed it. It just doesn't happen. And so there's multiple ways that you can use the audit trail software. I think Puzzles is very clean. It's got a good UI. It's user-friendly. It keeps up with all the data that you need. And so overall, I've been really impressed with it. It helps with close. It helps ensure that my books are closed timely and that the client's books are closed timely. And then if there is a mistake, it can help me identify what it was and who did it so I can review that mistake with that person so it doesn't happen again in the future. Overall, I think Audit Trail software included with any accounting platform is it's really underrated. I think a lot of people don't even know it exists. And so now that you've seen this video, check out and see if your accounting software has an audit trail, and then start putting it to work, because that's why it's there. Thanks for watching, guys.